Pull up, don't wait in line.
My guy.
Yeah.
My guy.
Got you. I'll set you up with a cool little bottle, no matter what it is.
Come on, dog. You know that's love, man.
You already know.
Yeah.
Y'all catch playing that Not Like Us game?
Not like us game.
They got a video.
Video game? Stop.
Yeah. The one with the whack the owl.
No.
That was pretty clever.
Yeah.
That was pretty clever.
Y'all play it?
I'm done with that song, but that was pretty clever.
Yeah.
He like Tony Baker. That's it.
I'm done with that
It's
song.
the creators that made
What?
Fortnite made that game.
Oh, I was gonna say Flappy Bird or some shit. Okay.
OVO, huh?
Bro, you just be whacking the owls and shit, and they got the song in there dun, 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 the whole time.
I saw a clip of that. That's pretty clever, man. That's
That
clever.
is.
It's gonna be a long year for the boy.
Man, I was just thinking about that too. I was like, he really got to come out with a banger to make us forget. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be, and it can't even be nothing Kendrick related. Like, it just got to be one of those bangers.
Just
come
out with a smash. I mean, he fine.
He got to get back in the lab and do his thing.
You see his house got flooded?
I seen that.
He's down bad right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. My girl did. She was talking about, because you know she a fan. And she was talking
Oh,
about.
wait, what kind of fan?
Bro, I tell you what. I can't say nothing bad about Drake. But she was like, oh, I heard he came back with a comeback. I was like, you wish he came back with a comeback. Don't stop.
He don't want to
Man needs to
uproar.
stop.
Hey, the
Drake
flood
fine.
the flood was just a minor issue.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Drake, they always on the show. They always call me OVO KC or whatever. Because I tell them all the time, like I ain't pick no sides in this whole thing. I got love for Drake. I got love for Kendrick.
Right.
Them dudes put out dope music.
They did.
It's dope.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's I think it might be the best. I still think Family Matters is the best song that came out of this.
Okay. All right. Good.
Okay.
Yeah. You gotta have your
Family
opinion on
Matters
it.
was fucking.
So you kind of
Fire.
share what Charlamagne said, because that's what he said. He said that he thought that Family Matters was like the best song.
Yeah.
Like as far as the song goes.
Mm-hmm.
Drake snapped on that shit. It was just one of them things where it's good enough to beat 99% of the people with Kendrick. Kendrick just had a little bit more up his sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's what happened with Drake. Drake was like, man, I'm about to drop this shit. This shit is fire.
Right.
Ain't nobody coming back from this.
Right.
And he kind of just threw it out there. Didn't think about no plan B, what was next or nothing like that. He's like, I'm putting with this. You heard him at the end. He said, what he say? He got to be dead. He got to be dead. You know what I mean? Nah, he wasn't dead.
Yeah.
But what's crazy about
boy
that?
wasn't dead.
Yeah. What's crazy is like when that happened, I was like, it was almost. I don't know about anybody else. It felt immediate. When
it was about 30 minutes.
I feel like Kendrick was in like his basement. Just all you see is his eyes. And he's like, "Yep, I got it."
Oh no, but that's what I think that was the whole thing, and we had talked about it so many times. But I think when that whole time when Drake was baiting him, you know, when he did with the AI song, with the Pac song, and he's baiting him like, "Where you at?" Because it had been weeks since Like That came out,
Right.
and then he dropped 2 records, and he's like, "Where you at?" And he's like, "Oh, he was strategizing. He was laying this stuff out. He knew that you was going. You hadn't put your best out.
Yeah.
And he was going to put something, and then he was going. He had a game plan, and
Kendrick was a strategic monster.
psychopath,
Yeah, he
man.
was.
Like he did everything
Diabolic.
perfect,
Mm-hmm.
perfect in the situation.
Yeah.
Even to the point where he made people just disregard Meet the Grams.
True. Yeah.
Like Meet the
you
Grams,
forgot
he
about
just
it.
like whether he was fed information or he lied. He's like, yeah, you got an 11-year-old daughter.
But I
And
feel like
he
that
didn't.
was the thing that to me, I think that's the song that really, I would say, really put it in gear to where Drake really couldn't have a great comeback, because that snuff Family Matters. Because when Family Matters dropped, then that one, and everybody stopped listening to
Yeah, that
Family.
was perfect.
Then that morning, boom, Not Like Us, and we dancing in our kitchen.
It was over.
That whole weekend.
It was over. You
Just
wasn't coming back from it.
Yeah, it was a wrap.
You wasn't coming back.
It was a
from
wrap.
That's a fact, man. If you guys haven't already figured it out, man, we do have a special guest on the show. We got Mr. KC, or should I say Kenny Caraway, on the show.
KC, Kenny Caraway.
All right,
whatever it
Kenny
is.
Caraway. All right, Mr. KC on the show from from 102.5.
That's right, man. 102.5 KSFM, DLO and KC.
Hey.
ESPN 1320.
1320.
DLO and KC, man. We all over the place.
Speaking of which, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. How do I get to the 1320, man? Talk
You
to
gotta
me.
go to AM, bro.
Huh?
So yeah, I mean, so this is the crazy thing. This is one of the things we
What are
realized.
you talking about? I thought you had like it's visual. It's not an online where you got a video stream.
Well, it is. So check it out though. It's in the cars, right? But I found out once we started doing the show and when I got a new car, Teslas and a lot of these electric vehicles ain't got AM, right? So that's what like to hear us in a electric vehicle. It's 98.5 HD2 KRX2 or so. I probably should know that, but I say it every day. But yeah, like AM, they ain't got no AM. So usually people, if they have it in their cars, they just turn it. It's good. But a lot of people stream the show on YouTube. Okay. Because we on YouTube every day. My man Leezy, that's how he always tapped in with us. We stream it on our YouTube channel.
What's the YouTube channel called? KC and DLO?
That one's on ESPN 1320.
Okay, so the YouTube channel.
ESPN 1320. Go to ESPN 1320 every day. Starting it, well, you can go at any time, but the shows start at 10 o'clock with the Insiders. Then we come on at 12. We streaming the whole time. And that's how a lot of people consume us. And then to your other point, on the Odyssey app, because that's our parent company, Odyssey. They got an app. It's no different than like iHeart's app and stuff like that.
Okay.
All their radio stations. They got probably 200-300 radio stations across the country. That's how you can listen to any radio station under the Odyssey umbrella all across the country.
That's what's up, man. That's super dope. You actually brought up a question right then and there, just how to find you, right? You know, how is it, you're obviously on the radio, and I heard your show. I hear it quite a bit on the way, home from work, right?
Appreciate that.
But how does the radio really stay relevant? You know what I mean? You just mentioned they can't get AM in the Teslas, right? People are streaming. You can find it online. How is the radio station staying so relevant right now?
It's an interesting time. It's kind of twofold, right? It's for our sports that we do. I think sports stays relevant because sports is still about the community, right? Like it's about a community. There's only so many podcasts and so many days that people can do podcasts, right? Like think about like most of the people that listen to podcasts and stuff like that. Maybe 2 days a week, maybe 3 days a week.
True.
So if you got a sports podcast and you did your episode on Monday and the Kings just clinched the playoff berth on Monday night, people ain't gonna be waiting. I don't want to wait till Wednesday to hear from you. Like I need to hear it right now. Right. So you know what? I'm gonna turn on the radio. I'm gonna listen to DLO and KC. We're gonna party. I'm gonna hear what they got to say about it. Right. So that's how sports. I don't think sports is ever really gonna go away because of that.
Right. Okay.
Sports radio at least. Music is a little different. Music is, you can listen to whatever song you want to listen to. Whenever you want to listen to it, right?
And they kind of have like releases, so usually they release on certain days and stuff like that when they drop music. So I think it's a little bit more coordinated on how you can kind of maneuver your podcast show and when you air it to get that information off. But you right when it comes to the sports, because we even dealt with that. There was a point where we was talking sports consistently, but it would get to the point where too much stuff was going on. Football is one thing, but even with football, like there would be stuff in the middle of the week that didn't even have nothing to do with the game.
Exactly.
Like, oh, this player's disgruntled, this contract situation, whatever, that type of thing. It's hard to like keep up with it. Yeah. So if you're just doing like a once a week or whatever. So I think more podcasts, more platforms, everybody gonna want to consume and get more information.
And you were saying the music's different when it comes to the radio. I'm assuming, right?
Right.
I'm still wanting to know, like, how is the radio staying relevant? You know what I mean? Like,
can I ask one question, kind of pertaining to what he's saying? Because when he's talking about it being relevant, like, I'm kind of wondering with your show, like, do you guys ever like put it in podcast form for people to hear, like just on YouTube by itself, not just the radio?
The KSFM show, no, not right now, at least, because we don't do a lot of talking on that show, right? Like it's play the music, get back to the music, and then you got like copyright stuff. Like I can't put really any song on a podcast without Sony's permission and sell it that way. For instance, if we doing a 4-hour show on KSFM, we might talk for a total of 15 minutes.
Have you ever thought about just recording when you talk and that's it? And
we've done that. We've done that
together?
Yeah. We've done that. And but some of it is like so some of it is we talk in between songs, right? And it's like hey man, we got Larry June tickets coming up.
I heard that.
Listen up for your opportunity to win. And that's it. Like, that don't need to be on no podcast. You know what I'm saying?
You had a segment where you was talking about Eddie Murphy and how he has 10 kids. I remember hearing that.
So that is like one of the things that we've been able to do with this show is like we have little segments like that where KC's Corner or Corners of the Culture where we could talk for a minute, 2 minutes or something like that and say what we have to say, whatever's going on. Like Corners of the Culture deals a little bit more with like what's going on in hip hop. My segment, KC's Corner, is more so I wanted to do something that was more positive more than anything, right? You know what I'm saying? Like the media and social media and all this other stuff, you know, people always talking shit and always talking crazy about people.
With you there.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, there's enough of that. And if somebody got a street name named after him, I want to talk about that. Like we hear about so-and-so's drama, but we don't hear about, hey, they just opened up a community center in their home. So that's kind of more so like, it's not always like that good, you know what I'm saying? It's never bad. Sometimes it's like they're trying to come out with a Martin prequel to Martin or whatever. Right. So I talk about that.
Does it have Martin in it? Because it ain't gonna be the same.
Right. Martin ain't gonna be in it, but he's writing. He's part of the creative process. So I actually think it's gonna be pretty cool to see that, and why not?
So that might be something similar to Everybody Hates Chris, because Chris Rock ain't in it.
I think they said
something like that.
Yeah, I think they said it's gonna be Martin like as a teenager going into like young adulthood or something like that.
That's hella cool.
So I think it might work, but like that's what those talking segments are. And to your point, we're still working some things out, because to me it is as cut and dry as I'm about to talk, record it, you know what I'm saying, but behind the scenes and like making it work and putting it up on a different platform here and there, I guess it's not that simple. So there's some channels we're trying to work through, but we're definitely going to do that. Even and like, I don't care if it's 15 minutes or 5 minutes, like put it up there,
right?
Like, exactly. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be a certain length of time. Like put it up there, and that might be something that somebody listens to real quick on their way home or something like that. So.
Right. I listened to it, man, and to be honest with you, I was shocked. I was like, Eddie Murphy got 10 kids?
I was shocked too.
And it made me start thinking.
Y'all keep saying Eddie Murphy. You're not Nick Cannon?
Nick Cannon got like 12. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
12. Eddie got 10.
Future got another one on the way.
Yeah.
What's that, 9 for him?
Yeah, he almost hitting double digits.
Hold on, he with them 10? Like hold on, where's the child support split? Like, can we explain?
Well, for Eddie,
yeah.
Once it gets
most of them, I think only 2 of them are under 18.
Yeah. And then also
the two that he got married. That's how all this came up. And the 2 that are under 18, he's with the wife.
Damn, the children.
And then once you got 5, the child support don't change
for all of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
so
what you mean?
So like, well, it depends on what state, but out here, once you get 5, that's the maximum amount of money they can start taking from you. There's a cutoff. So it's 5 and up. That's it.
So
that's the
6 to 10. You don't have to.
So what ends up happening is it ends up just splitting, so everybody else is getting less. So if you got 10 kids, 10 different baby mamas, from when it goes from 6 and up, it's just now everybody else's piece of the pie getting smaller as they get more kids.
Hey, I don't judge nobody, but that is wild.
Yeah, right.
That is wild.
Yeah, because they have it set like if you have 1 kid, I think the maximum amount they can take is 25%. Of what you make, like that's if you had 0%, like parentage. They got a whole calculator. California got a child support calculator.
Eddie Murphy, the Mormon.
How much? But you said Future got one on the way. So
I think it's 9
like
or something like that.
9 and 9 women, or 9 and 8 women, or something like that.
I don't know.
You think he's like 9? Fuck it, I'm gonna do 10. You think he's like?
Nah,
I mean, but once you get to that type of money and stuff like that, it's not. It doesn't make, because you like he gonna break them off, and I mean his money's almost unlimited. But
damn, have a child. I don't know. I'm old school. Have a child with somebody you're gonna be with.
Right.
Oh, I agree.
I
agree, but
that's
I'm saying it's different.
I'm gonna take a drink of pineapple on that.
Yeah, the celebrity,
the lifestyle,
the celebrity. Yeah, the lifestyle is just different.
Yeah.
And I think now they just look at it like it's a game. Like, I'm just get more. I'm just get more. And it's just like, and I was talking about it last week. Like, we resource based. Like we ain't got that much time. Like, I don't, like somebody say, well, I take care of all 10 or all 12, all 15 my kids. Bro, they ain't enough for you.
Right.
To go around and actually take care of all these kids. Like, make financially, they probably be set based on, the income that they make. But from a raising, a rearing type situation, like you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
I think most females though look at it as a lotto ticket though.
Agree.
know
It's two sides of this.
I mean,
100%.
Like the guys, they just see a bad chick. I mean, the celebrities like, oh, she bad. You know what I mean? And the girl, I think she's out to get pregnant.
and they like, fuck
you know
these
what I mean? 'Cause
condoms.
she said.
It's crazy.
Forget these
She on
condoms.
point.
It's like,
Crazy.
I mean,
man,
you
I'm
wild for that.
trying to feel where you coming from.
You hear the story where the girls are poking in with needles and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's that going around too.
Yeah,
Did Drake really put mild sauce in the condom?
I think that was fake. Well, it could be. It could be. I don't know. I know what's name had a funny story. I think it was Cameron, but this was way before he was doing his podcast, and he talked about how he caught a chick with the turkey baster, trying to get it out the condom. Like this.
Wow.
This was a long time. This was before he started doing It Is What It Is. And I remember that story. I was like, bro, that's
nuts.
nuts.
It is crazy.
That rubber's staying with me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I'm gonna take
You
that to
get
go.
done, you go to the bathroom, you flush it in the toilet.
Facts.
Are you not supposed to flush it in the toilet? Like, how does that even happen? Like, how
Oh,
is
I feel like
just
it was
I
like-
don't know.
Well-
People putting it in the trash or whatever.
Yeah, that's what, no,
Yeah, they
no
should.
trash.
Well, if you put it in
Ain't
the
no
to-
trash.
It's
you put
rubber.
it in
It'll
the-
fuck up the toilet, right?
Right. It'll blow up in a balloon and plug everything up, right?
It's cheaper than child support.
True.
Facts.
Pay that plumbing bill.
It's cheaper than child support.
Yeah,
that bill, I'll take that bill over. That's a one time.
Right.
That ain't 18 years. That's a one time.
Right. Hit up Bonnie.
That's
Bonnie's
crazy.
Plumbing. Go take care of it.
Well, for one, I do want to say, man, I do listen to you guys' show, regardless if you're in the car and you know who it is or not.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, I can match a face to the name, and I'm like, oh, that's KC and DLO right there on the radio station. I feel like you guys, and then the commentary that you guys do in between sets, in between, scratches or whatever it may be, is what keeps the radio stations relevant. You know, being able to tune in and listen to a good conversation, regardless if it's sports or Eddie Murphy's Kids. You know, I didn't know that about him, and it kind of made me feel like we had a personal touch at that point in time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he keeps his personal life personal.
Yeah.
Is one of his
know?
kids out here in Sac?
I'm betting.
don't know.
Because he has that mansion out here. So I'm like, does he have?
Yeah, I mean Nicole Murphy from Sac. I to be honest with you, I doubt any of them still stay in Sac.
Yeah, I'm
They
pretty
probably
sure
stay
that.
in LA.
Y'all been to
Somewhere.
that mansion?
I think I've seen it. Isn't it
We
like
have to go, bro. Yeah, it's iconic. It's like if you go out in the nightclub scene, after parties are always there, and I ain't never gone.
I ain't
Somewhere.
never gone either. It's in
Really?
Granite
Oh, you-
Bay. That's a long way.
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
That's a long ways. But to your point though, that's a great point. Like what'll keep it relevant for
That motherfucker about to honk at somebody for a minute. I'm already hearing it coming. If they don't move, keep it irrelevant.
what's going to keep it relevant for music is the personalities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you look at, the Breakfast Club, and they're a little more long form with their ability to show their personality and talk, but they play the same music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But people will tap in, get in their cars, and listen to them because they want to hear what they have to say. Funk Flex is somebody that I look up to and say like, yeah, he's playing music and all this other stuff, but it's him. You want to hear how he dropped the bomb. You want to hear how he introduced the song and things of that nature. Big Boy's Neighborhood, same thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like Big Von out in the Bay, that's my guy. Like Big Von, I'm gonna listen to Big Von because I know he's gonna play good music and he's gonna give his little insight here and there as well. So.
It's the energies. The energies that they give in. Like, I think people gravitate and they get attached to that. Like, they like the way that they articulate, and stuff
Absolutely.
like that. And they get attached to that individual.
Absolutely.
Big Boy, you mentioned that, and I was in LA for Universal Studio for one. It was right when the song fucking dropped, and let me just say,
that went crazy.
LA radio station was 100% different. They was playing all the LA hits, whether it was old school, new school, and it was all slapping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Big Boy was on the radio, and obviously he was hyping it up, and it made me think like, wasn't Big Boy on the radio station out here in Sacramento for a minute?
I don't think
He was
if
early
he
in the
was.
mornings.
If he was, it was
Yeah.
a syndicated show.
That's
It
what
might-
I
it
was
might
going to
have been-
mention.
Yeah.
Are there shows like that, and do you do shows like that for other radio stations where like you're sending off you guys' show
When
to
you
somebody?
say syndicated, what does that mean?
So like the Breakfast Club is syndicated, right? So it's based in New York, but the Breakfast Club plays in South Carolina and Ohio and Detroit,
okay.
as opposed to like us, at least right now. The only time you can hear DLO and KC is if you listen to Sacramento radio.
it's
So, I mean,
something you got to have serious satellite radio for, pretty much.
No.
You
Well,
can't.
not even that. It's so I'll use the Breakfast Club as an example. They're they've got iHeart and signed them to whatever contract
true.
and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So in 30 iHeart radio markets, they playing the Breakfast Club in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And so like
Okay.
DLO and KC, once we get popping off, you know what I mean? Like in 30 markets that Odyssey has, they'll play DLO and KC at 3 o'clock their time.
Their time somewhere
Okay.
else in their city. It makes sense. I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Because I've been hearing, is it the Jubal Show? The Jubal Show isn't on Reno 2.5. What is that?
No, I think that's 101.
Okay,
D101.
yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
I've heard about it.
Ooh.
I've never listened to the Jubal
That's a
Show.
good question. Y'all inner beef? Is that a beef right there? Are you not supposed to mention other radio station? Is
I mean,
that a thing?
Hey man,
Yeah?
Why is everything got to be a beef?
I'm just saying. You never know.
Why
Like,
is
you know,
everything? Did Oasis
I-
talk to you about that? He
I'm on-
said it.
I'm on that About the Night pod, man. I talk open and freely. Like that's the crazy thing about it, right? Like because there is like a thought, like, oh man, I can't mention 1140. I can't mention V101, and I don't really
1140.
subscribe. Yeah,
That's hella funny.
I don't really subscribe to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really.
Oh man.
I don't really go out my way to like talk about or promote them
Okay.
or nothing like that. But I know the people that work over there. Them good people. I don't have no issue with them and all these things. Like,
Grant Napier ain't over there no more. Is he?
hell no. Grant Napier, that's not somebody I'd be talking to. Grant Napier, I'd have some shit to say about Grant Napier, but other than that, we good.
You don't like that?
you don't like it. I feel you. It's crazy to hear about that. But that's
While we on the sports thing real quick, rest in peace to Joe Bryant.
Yeah, man.
Kobe's pops. He died, was 69?
Oh,
72?
man.
Something like that. I
That's
think
still
he
young.
I
passed.
think it
Jeez.
was 60.
Yeah, I think he had a stroke. I think it was. Yeah, that's a lot of folks is passing.
Yeah.
That's
You know what
tough.
I mean?
Yeah, it's life is real, man. It just you hear stuff about that. You just try to enjoy your time with your loved ones. You know what I mean? I got my wife and my 2 babies and my mom and my rest of my family, and I just try to enjoy every day I have with them, man. Because tomorrow ain't promising nobody.
Man.
You know what I mean? So
You ain't lying there, man.
yeah.
You ain't lying there. Let me ask this question. You said 2 babies?
Yeah.
How old?
My son is 11 and my
Okay.
daughter is 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gap in between. So you got
Yeah.
one going through it all and
I
one
was-
still coming up.
I was
With,
kind of tripping.
Yeah.
Tripping, man. Because
Yeah.
like when you think about it, my son, he's 11. We're almost like out of the kids. Me and my wife,
Right.
we're almost out of the kid stage. Like we got about
Right.
6-7 more years, and really, to be honest with you, we got like 3 more years where
Right.
he can kind of just do
his
whatever.
thing.
Yeah.
And we decided to start over. And
Okay.
the second one,
Reset.
the second one, my son is a lot like me. He's kind of calm. He's kind of
Son and daughter?
My son, son is
Son's
the oldest,
11.
and the daughter is the baby.
Perfect. There you go.
And he's kind of like me, like kind of calm and chill. And she's not. She is active. She
Turned
active.
up.
That's my baby though. That's my baby.
Man, girls are different, man. I got
Yeah.
a boy right now.
Who you love more? Don't lie.
6-year-old.
I hate when people say they can't pick a favorite. Who you love
Can't
more?
pick a favorite because it's a boy and a girl. To be honest with
it's
you,
the baby
And,
though.
it's a different type of love. It's
is
a different type of
different.
love. Like the son, like that's my son. That's,
Yeah.
He gonna carry my name. That's my baby. Firstborn. Yeah, all that, right?
Right.
But my little girl, come on now.
Yeah.
It is different. I will say that. But in the back of my mind,
You got
do
kids?
Yeah, I got 2.
Okay.
Yeah, son and daughter. My son he'll be 15 in November,
Okay.
and my daughter's just turned 8.
Damn.
Okay.
So.
You old
so
ass
dealing
nigga.
with we're dealing with the
3 more years of the bachelor
bro.
party.
It's different with the teenagers, and
Yeah.
him, developing his personality, how he is, and that type of thing. And my daughter, kind of the same way. But when you look at them, they're different. The differences,
Yeah.
just from early on.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like I learned real early. I was like, yeah, I know which one gonna take care of me. I know when I'm old. I was like, yeah, because it's just different cues. It's not about necessarily loving more than the other. It's just kind of like, okay, you picking this up quicker. You as a parent, when you got to repeat yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's ones you ain't got to repeat yourself. That's really what it come down to. It's like, why I got to tell you 100 times.
Yeah.
And then this one, I ain't even got to say shit. They
talking-
just already thinking that
You
way.
talking about your boy, obviously.
Hey, man, I ain't putting nothing on it. I'm just telling you. If I'm getting the groceries out the car, one just grabbing stuff, the other one just
Just
You
gonna
got-
do it.
don't give a damn.
So the funny thing about that when you talk about like who gonna take care of you,
Yeah.
Right.
I think both of them are going to take care of us, right? But my daughter, she's only one,
You
right?
keep saying daughter. I'm telling
But
you,
look,
it's a daughter. I can tell.
she's only one, but she is. I can already tell she's gonna be like
Nurturing.
yeah, but it's like controlling, like on it, like on whatever. Like she know what she want. She gonna go after it. She gonna get what she want. All this other stuff, and she could be a little bossy. Like I could see her being bossy, right?
Yeah.
But she gonna be the one. She's gonna be like her mom, right? Like her mom is a little bossy. My wife, she's I love her to death, but she a little bossy. She's very direct with what
Shout
she
out
wants
wifey.
or whatever. Yeah, shout out wifey. She's very direct. She don't take no mess. And sometimes it'll be like this. It'll be like, you know, hey, I need you to pick up my dry cleaner or whatever. What? How long has that been in dry? This is ridiculous. I can't believe you asked me to pick up your dry cleaner. I can't believe you did it.
Yeah.
Where's the receipt? Right? Like she gonna fuss at you. She gonna tell you, like she gonna give you her peace of mind. But at the end of the day, she ain't gonna let nothing not be done for you.
That sounds
and
normal.
that's how my daughter.
You had to vent real quick.
Yeah.
It was a vent.
She
You had
take
to
care
vent.
of me, man.
You had to vent real quick.
I'm
You ain't
well taken
alone.
care of.
You ain't alone.
I'm well taken care of,
Yeah,
man. I ain't got
man.
no complaints.
That's what's up, man. Man, I mean, we're gonna do it today. We try our best not to really kind of talk about sports, but I really feel like we can steer into sports a little bit with someone who actually speaks sports on the radio.
For sure.
All right. So, simple question. Obviously, you know who we got as the Sacramento Kings. We got DeMar DeRozan.
Yes, sir.
Is that enough to really put us over the hump? We were third, 2 seasons ago. Got kicked out by, with some bull. Let's say some bull.
Come on, talk about it.
Okay, you know what I mean? Do you feel like this addition, plus the subtractions, I mean, Harrison Barnes was a real good reason why we
Shout
got
out
there.
Harrison, man.
You
Shout
know?
out, good dude. It was time to move on.
Right.
But shout out Harrison.
I feel like he got us there, but when we got there, it was just, where were you at? You know what I mean? One of those situations. It happens. There was two of them. It wasn't just him. But do you feel like DeMar DeRozan is going to help us get over that hump?
I think DeMar is going to put the Kings in a position to be a certified, verified playoff team.
Okay.
A top 6 for sure. Probably, I think they're probably anywhere between 3 to 5 when you talk about something. I done talked about it a number of times. I done said it on the show. I'm standing on business. I ain't going nowhere.
Let's go.
The floor for this team with DeMar DeRozan is 52 wins. I said what I said.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
52 wins. That's the floor. Come on, man. Come on.
Let's
Come
go.
on, man.
I'm with you. I'm with you, baby. Let's
This is the
go.
Laker guy, right?
I want to know where the Lakers gonna be.
He's even worse. He a Grizzly fan.
I'm more a John Morant guy.
Where the Lakers gonna be?
love
They gonna be
John.
number 5?
No, probably not. I'm honest about mine. As a Laker fan, we honest about our squad.
Kings 52 win. Look, they got one of the top scorers in the game in DeMar DeRozan. Even at 30, he's going to be 35 when the season starts. But he's still a bucket.
Yeah.
He's still a bucket. You put that with De'Aaron Fox. You bring back Malik Monk, which was huge. And I just look at it where, the last year they had injuries. They didn't have as good of a roster.
Okay.
They were able to win 46.
That is true. That
You know
is
what I'm
true.
saying?
They made it work.
Yeah, they couldn't really find their footing. They still were able to win 46. I think DeMar DeRozan is good for another 3 to 4 wins. That puts you at 49 or so. And then I just think they're going to be better. Like Keegan go get better or whatever.
That is
That's
true.
another
I like
win or
Keegan.
two.
Yeah.
So I think if
So you putting them in the playoffs, but not necessarily a championship contender.
no, I don't think they're a championship contender yet.
Western Conference Finals.
Here's the deal with this, right? Here's the deal with this. If you ask me, I won't ride the fence. No, not Western Conference Finals, but the Western Conference is tough, right?
Right. That's what I was saying. There's a lot.
Yeah, it's deep. You got about 10, 11, 12, maybe 12 teams
Yeah.
that are good, right? But here's the deal: there ain't no Celtics in the Western Conference. As deep
Okay.
as the conference is, there ain't no Celtics.
You got the Celtics
I don't even know.
favored though. Like they're that high on
Yeah,
you.
Celtics ain't no.
I understand
Celtics
they
are-
won. I get
Celtics
it.
are it. Celtics are it. I would say I could make the argument potentially. There's not even a New York Knicks in the Western Conference. And what I mean by that is, it's really, and we saw this in this playoffs. It's really based up a lot on matchups, right?
100%.
It's really based up on,
100%.
and the reason why I say there's no Boston Celtics is, I don't think there's a matchup in the league for right now. Like they're that good. You know what I'm saying? So
I got a
it
different
don't.
opinion.
Yeah,
Not
I
even
disagree
Denver?
on
Who
that
you think
one.
could get Boston?
Because I think, to be honest with you, I think Denver dropped the ball.
I was going to
Yeah,
say
Denver.
Denver.
Yeah.
I think Denver dropped the ball. I think
Right.
if they had gotten to the final, they would have beat Boston.
And,
But
and
here-
Minnesota.
Yeah.
But here's
Minnesota
my-
would have got them
here's
too.
my- but here's my-
I don't know Minnesota because they're young. I feel like Denver's championship pedigree would have. They could have, because the Celtics,
Make Rob Bennett.
like, I feel like they had to win. They had the number one through the whole season. Like, they reminded me of what the Niners are going into this year. You got to win. You got the squad, get the job done, and they did it. Shout out to them. They got it done. But I feel like if Denver was in it, I think they would have. I think they would have beat Boston.
But
See,
they lost to Minnesota though.
and that's
Yeah.
But that's my
But
point.
I think they slipped.
To
I think
get
that's what I'm
there-
saying. I think they slipped.
To get there, it's just a bunch of matchups you got to find. Like Denver probably would have beat Dallas, but they
Yeah.
couldn't beat Minnesota.
True.
Minnesota,
I think they overlooked them too.
True, a little bit. They kind of. It was just an even series, really. I think Minnesota ended up getting them, but like Dallas was a bad matchup for Minnesota. They might not have been able to beat Denver. OKC might have been able to beat Minnesota in the second round, but they were Dallas was a bad matchup for them. So that's what I go by saying, like, in the Western Conference, there's a lot of people, whether it's true or not, that think if the Kings could have just got in, they would have been a bad matchup for OKC.
Like the New Orleans Pelicans, they're a bad matchup for the game.
Right, they're a bad matchup.
You talking shit now,
No,
bro.
no,
That
but-
was low key a
but
dig
look,
right there,
but look,
Brody.
look,
Come on, man.
You just don't like hearing
Come
the truth.
on, man. Nah,
That's
the way
the
he
problem.
said that shit.
You don't like hearing
So,
the
the way
truth.
he said that
look.
shit.
Here's the point, though. Here's the point. In the regular season, the Kings beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think
It
they
was
played
close.
3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they played 3 times. They beat them 2 out of 3 times.
Yeah.
Right. Bad matchup. They play the Pelicans. They lose all 6 times.
Yeah, they did.
The Pelicans look like world beaters against the Kings.
It's
That was a
matchups.
joke against OKC. They had no shot. But if the Kings would have won against OKC, I think you would have had a better series. So my whole point is, in the Western Conference, is about matchups. To your guys' original point, yeah, they can make the Western Conference Finals.
Okay.
The Kings?
Absolutely.
How does DeRozan? How does he
Absolutely.
fit in? I mean, and for one, I don't think we talked about Fox. He hasn't really signed, right? He hasn't signed any extensions, right?
I ain't
He's
worried
still
about that. Fox ain't
okay.
going nowhere.
Hey,
Fox ain't going
hey,
nowhere.
we at least trying to put pieces around him, is what I see.
So let me
who
He's got
knows?
property. He's
So
got
let me
property.
explain, because a lot of the time, see, you guys listen to national media. You need to listen to DLO KC, ESPN 13.
Okay.
Because national media don't know what the hell they talking about when it comes to the King. They literally.
I agree
don't.
with that.
That's
I
They literally
1,000%
don't.
agree with that.
That's
I agree.
So De'Aaron Fox, it comes out in the article. He says he's not.
That's a dig at you, Gil. Gil tripping.
Gil don't know what he talking about. Gil bugging, man. Gil bugging. But it comes out in the article, and I'll stall out the guy who wrote the article, Anthony Slater. He didn't mean the way national people took it. He said De'Aaron Fox said he's not going to sign the contract. He wants to see what's going on and all this other stuff. But it makes no financial sense to sign a contract right now, because if he makes All NBA in one of the next 2 seasons, that adds like
Couple.
$50 to $100 million on the extension that he would sign. So if he signed an extension right now and made All NBA, he would have left $50 to $100 million on the table.
I see what you're saying.
So it makes no financial sense for him to do anything before he figures out in the next 2 years if he can make All NBA and add, like I said, 50. I can't remember the exact number, but like $50 to $100 more million.
Forget
on
all
the
NBA.
contract.
Could he even? He should be in the freaking All Stars, man.
No, he should. He
he's
should.
snubbed
But
this year.
I say All NBA because that's the salary.
yeah, that's what
the
money
That
is.
is
That's
true.
the money. Like that's
Yeah,
what
true.
he's waiting on. Not the Kings. Like
Right.
he's fine here in Sacramento. He fine.
Right.
He fine. I know enough people that know De'Aaron ain't going nowhere.
He's balling, but
He
how,
not, as long as they're like a franchise like they've been the last 2 years,
Yeah.
and they're willing to give him the money, he ain't going nowhere.
And I think that's what, we talked about it briefly last week just with DeRozan, but I think that's the real reason why that was such an important acquisition, because that's been the Kings' bugaboo. Is like not only retaining, but also getting that free agent that's not over the hill. I think you know what I mean, like somebody that's actually going to help propel you into a better position and move forward from where you were. Yeah. Like we talked about matchups. I think the Kings ran into the Warriors and Steph Curry, and it's like it just gets to that point. It's all about matchup. Those things end up matchups too, because I think the Kings was a bad matchup for the Lakers that season. That I'm talking about the year they was in the playoffs. But the Lakers are a bad matchup for the Warriors, which is the reason why they put them out. It works like that. So I agree with you. I wouldn't. I'm not. If anyone said that the Kings was going to Western Conference Finals, I'm not snuffing my nose at that. I would say the baby steps. Let's get to the second round because you didn't get out the first. Let's get there, and then we can push it through. But it's possible.
Now, mind you, I'm not predicting them to get to the conference finals. If you ask me where they'll be, I think they're for sure in the playoffs. I think they'll win around.
So I want to.
I think so. See that.
So we on that because we had to. I have to ask this question because as you said that, because you had to preface that, you had to give a little disclaimer.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about this internet shit and going radio, any type of media. Don't nobody allow you to change your mind. When you say that shit's concrete there forever. Nope, that's how you think. You can't change the way you think. Right. You can't say, "Oh, I made a mistake." Nothing like that. There ain't no such thing as that. And it's like, how do you deal with stuff like that, especially being on the radio?
Man, I try to stand in my truth. I try to, like, if I am wrong, I'm like, oh yeah, I got that wrong.
Okay,
like it's just what I thought the Kings were gonna make the playoffs this past year. Even after Malik got hurt, I was like, nah, I think they'll still make it. They didn't make it. It was wrong. I didn't think Dallas was gonna make it.
Yeah,
and they took off. I was like, damn, I got to tip my hat. They turned up because a lot of this stuff is nothing more than an educated guess. All of it is, right?
Yeah,
like don't nobody know. If I knew, I probably wouldn't tell nobody, and I'd just be going to Vegas. Right. You know what I'm saying? And collecting. Right. So nobody knows. They just give their opinion, give their POV. And as long as you don't run from it, like if you get it wrong and you don't like make excuses or hide or something like that, as long as you stand in it and be like, yeah, I was wrong. That to me, that's all anybody can ask for. Now, whoever wants to keep harping on it years later, like you said such and such, I was like, all right, bro. I didn't get it right.
Right.
Whatever. What you want me to do?
I think that comes down to like because we see it with the national media versus the local media and stuff, and I feel like they got a character to uphold to. So I feel like most of the national media pundits, like they double down even when they wrong, and it makes it. But it's also it creates that polarizing entertainment because now they got fans that hate them, that look at them as the villain. Because they keep doubling down and they keep wanting to prove them right. Like there's plenty of guys like that. Obviously, we're gonna get into it here in a minute. But Skip Bayless, biggest hater of LeBron James and probably the even bigger than Warren.
Skip different.
You know what I mean?
It's
like, but he just would double down no matter what. Yeah. And it's like nothing would move the needle for him, even when he was wrong in situations. And I think that kind of leads into some people's frustration.
Nah, Skip a clown. Skip was a clown.
He ain't hold back on that one.
Skip a clown, and I try not to do that to people because everybody got their own way about going about things, right? Right. Who am I to say my way is better than this person? You know what I mean? But no, Skip is a clown though, because the way he moved, it wasn't genuine. Okay. I guess maybe that's what it is. Like if somebody talking and you really believe that the Lakers are going to the NBA Finals. And you get it wrong, all right, it happens. It ain't no big deal. Like, damn, I thought they was gonna get it wrong. But Skip made a career off of just talking shit about people, right? And that's what I don't respect.
Shannon Sharp definitely said that and exposed him on that for sure.
Yeah,
he was trying to talk shit to Shannon.
Well, that's what we saw it live with the Tom Brady conversation because Skip was riding hard for Tom Brady and he rode so hard for Tom Brady, he basically disrespected his co-host and took his digs at him, which I knew then. I was like, because I remember watching that in the morning when it was happening, and I was just like, oh, yeah, this is over.
So where Shannon was like, you taking a hit at me?
He said you would take a personal shot at me to defend Tom Brady, who you don't even know.
You ain't even met.
Like that's where I could see what you talk about as some clown behavior.
There is a lot of slander about Skip, but I do got to give him his flowers. he put a lot of people on.
Agreed.
He put a lot of
Who he
people
put on?
He put on Shannon. He put on
Stephen A.
Stephen A.
Shannon was already on TV.
Where?
He was on CBS doing the pregame show.
He was doing the pregame show.
he was, but I mean, Skip really gave him
an opportunity.
He gave him that seat for him to really show his personality.
Skip ain't do shit.
Skip was, no, wait. You know what? I hear what you're saying. Skip was forced to put Shannon in that seat because Stephen A. left.
So you think it wasn't him, somebody else?
No, it was the fact that obviously it's hard to work with Skip. If Stephen A. left, I mean, I understand that he got a deal, whatever, but Stephen A. was willing to leave at the same time, in the same way almost as Shannon Sharp was. Me personally,
right?
Well, I feel like was Stephen A. didn't. I think it was kind of the same thing with the whole 50 Cent and Game thing. Game wanted to do his own thing. He didn't want to be no G Unit soldier.
There.
Stephen A. is going to do him, and he's been as big as he's
been. Stephen A. been bigger than Skip Bayless.
Right.
Stephen A. been certified and verified.
Mm-hmm.
He been doing this since AI in 01.
He was big in Philly.
And then he was on Fox Sports when they got in pop. Stephen A. been him.
I think the one thing that I will give Skip for, I'm not necessarily for putting people on, because I think a lot of these guys, I think they would have, whether they got through then, they would have got through at some point, as long as nobody was hating on them.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I will give him credit for, I think it's hard to take away, is he really did he ushered in this debate style of sports media, like this whole thing about having two people up there talking, because that wasn't a thing. Usually they have a panel and they would just be talking about the highlights. Like they really wouldn't give their own like opinions about the players and stuff like that. Like he started with the cold pizza with, I think it was Woody Page, and then that morphed into the First Take. And then obviously he left there and went to FS1.
Some would say that's the worst thing that ever happened to sports media.
Some people
that's the worst
true.
thing.
Yeah.
So if he bring,
I think Dan Levitard, I think said that.
If he bringing in crack to the neighborhood, I can't give him credit for that.
Okay.
Like he ain't helping nothing.
You think the debate shows bad?
Huh?
You think the debate shows are bad?
His style
is
awful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's awful. Having two people. I mean, this is what I do every day. Two people talk and share opinions and they talk about their opinions, but the idea of a forced debate, which is what he did,
right?
Like it got to the point where you didn't even believe what you were saying. It's just you have to be opposing. So that's clown behavior.
I get that.
And that's why I talk about.
It's the forced trolling too.
Yeah, and that's what you guys see. It's not genuine.
Yeah, I feel
it's
you
not
there.
genuine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then people kind of mimic that, and that's whack. And before Skip, I would watch the sports reporters. Sports reporters come on every Sunday on ESPN, 8 a.m.
I love that show.
And they would talk about, like, it ain't about me agreeing with them or not. Like, they would say things, Mike Lupica, other guys would say stuff that maybe I don't agree with, but it was genuine.
Man, I love
that. It was this is how he felt about it. He said his two pieces.
Yep.
This other guy, he said his 2 cents or whatever the case may be. And that's how it was. The idea of having two people, once again, I make a living off two people talking about sports. I understand it and going back with their opinions and their POVs, but it's never orchestrated. It's never forced, and it's never built off of hate. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he built his whole thing on. He said, "I'm attached to LeBron James, and I'm gonna hate on that, and I'm gonna hate on that man, and that's how I'm gonna take that rocket to the moon."
What's that show with Michael Lobon? And
Kornheiser, PTI.
They were one of the first.
When he brought up the sports, a lot of people, a lot of people don't know about that show. I love that fucking show, bro. I love that show because it was a very mature conversation about sports, extremely mature. And then at the end, I like their ending comments. They usually would say something at the end, but it was more like real.
That's a throwback.
Like, bro, that threw me back for a second.
If anybody watching this, they probably like, man, KC, you hating Skip. You hating on Skip.
Hey, that's your opinion.
But
that's how you feel.
I don't respect the way he went about things because it was built in
it
was built in negativity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just not. I just don't think that's cool.
So my question is he actually leaving, or is he like getting let go, fired, and they just being nice about
numbers,
it?
Bro.
Nobody
the numbers,
really knows.
Nobody's
really
watching
knows.
this shit.
When Shannon left, I didn't think anybody else.
That's
was
what I'm saying.
watching.
When they went through, when
Keyshawn.
Shannon dipped, and then they took a break, and then they were trying to restructure and do all of that.
Damn.
I was like, okay, let's see what the restructure is. I knew I knew. I was like, this ain't gonna be it.
For a minute though, I was entertained when they had Lil Wayne, and then they started bringing in Richard Sherman. I think Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah.
When they brought Lil Wayne on though, I was like, okay, let me.
He's been on and off though.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's not a back and forth when you talk sports. You know what I mean? Like, and even though it was entertaining, it was just like
I think they just tried to, they knew what type of juggernaut they were going to be dealing with Shannon going over there with Stephen A. And I think everybody was going to be tuned in to see that because you had two real strong personalities coming on there who can articulate their points very well on screen. And I think it was kind of, everything was written on the wall at that point.
You literally had MJ versus LeBron.
Yeah, right. That's crazy.
Right.
Literally. Everybody was waiting for that debate.
Skip got he got paid though. So,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guess
he so much money.
He got a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
well, let's get into a topic that I want to talk about, but at the same time, I don't care for this team that we're talking about. Brandon Aiyuk. You know what I mean? Brandon Aiyuk. I'm a Steelers fan, so he might come my way. That's why I say, I might not like I had it. You know what I mean?
No, I need to know. Right now. Let's go around the room, man. Steelers fan. Who you
Steelers fan? You don't watch sports.
No, I'm not.
Just be a Niner fan.
Actually, I am a Niners fan. Hold on.
Niners.
My girl made me a Niners fan, so I'm a Niners fan.
There we go.
Let's
See, look, you guys all Niner fans with this default. Look at y'all just accept
Why don't
anybody.
you explain to
like
him
that.
why you really hate the Niners? What happened week 1?
Oh, that was an ass whooping.
Oh, we can't.
That was an ass whooping.
To the Steelers. What happened?
We in a good place.
Didn't we?
We in a good place right now.
His
Tony.
pockets
100%
pockets wasn't in a good place.
We don't want a Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless situation right
His
now.
pockets
All right? We don't need that right now. You know what I'm saying?
That 500 that I didn't get till week 17.
Hey,
Damn.
hey,
He said it got there though. He said it got there.
Yeah, he got there.
You know what? I ain't got no problem with the Steelers though. I ain't got no problem with that. I like Mike Tomlin.
He's never been to Pittsburgh.
You're right.
I never been to Michigan. I love the University of Michigan.
Warren, he bleed blue.
I ain't never been to Michigan.
That's his team, bro. You walk into this man's house, Michigan, everywhere.
See, but Winton though, he made me hate the Steelers. That's the thing, because I'm the same way. I didn't hate somebody actually asked me this question. They said, if you wasn't a Niner fan, what fan you? I said I'd be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan because I just like that fan base. I'd always liked the old school team, 70s, 80s, all that. Yeah. But this dude over here then made me hate this squad when I really don't. But he make me he it brings that hate out of me that I don't want to feel.
It's the love for my squad, man.
Hey, you got to
it's his jacket, huh? Every time he wears that jacket without a
no, I respect it. I respect the championship. I just respect the man talking that's in the jacket.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Hey, shit, I be talking. Shit. I be cool sometimes, though, man. Don't get me wrong. I know Rob, actually, I brought it up with someone else today. I've known this nigga, Rob. How old your son, 15? I know this 15. Nigga for, goddamn 15 years.
Yeah.
And so there was years where, we wasn't in the Super Bowl, but it was the Raiders, Ravens, I believe it was. We was at what, BJ's or something like that?
Niners, Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. But you know what I mean? I'm not gonna hate on the Niners, and I was there in love. I was showing love. You know what I mean? It's I don't have any quarrel with the Niner fans. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to playing my dogs, I got a problem with it.
You put a 500 on it, and it didn't end well for you.
You should have
first game of the season.
You should have talked to me before you made that bet.
No, his brother tried to talk him out of it.
A lot of people try, bro. It just happens, man.
It'd be like that.
I do the same shit with my Kings, man. It just be happening so far.
Brandon Aiyuk.
With the trade talk that's happening, honestly, I would love to see him come to Pittsburgh. I know that was the whole talk before this trade rumor thing got real serious. We were talking about sending over a tight end who's actually a dog. We drafted him last year from Georgia and a few draft picks for the next year. Him. Yeah, he's actually a dog, but I look at it like you guys got Kittle too, so who knows? But I feel like we could offer them something, But I just recently heard that the Raiders may be in the mix.
I don't know how
we can run that today.
I don't know how legit that is. I don't know how real it is. But if it is real,
right.
I'd do that.
Was it Devontae Adams for Brandon Aiyuk?
I'm not second guessing on that for.
I did. And I like Aiyuk, man. I like Aiyuk. I want him to get paid. I want him to stay with the Niners. I want this to get, and I think it will get taken care of, mainly because he don't have a lot of options right
He
now.
dope,
do you
but he
mean?
ain't 30 million dope.
What do you mean?
That's
it'll
my
get
issue.
Taken care of. What do you mean with the Niners or?
Yeah, with the Niners.
I mean, he just went back and they still said no. He just went back to see what's up,
But
and they like,
you don't follow the Niners closely
Well,
enough.
Okay.
This is what the Niners do.
Yeah, they do.
Let him
this.
know.
Yeah.
Let him know, man. Let him talk to him.
Once you get close to training camp, like you look at Nick Bosa last year. I mean, it was a whole fiasco. I think he sat out of training camp all year. I think it's like right before
He came back like the week of the
Pittsburgh
Steelers
game. Yeah,
Debo, same
We was
thing.
all hype about it. but
Debo went through
the
that.
Niners, what they do is they wait till the last minute and then they strike a deal. You know what I mean? It happens every year. Happened with Debo. Happened with Nick Bosa. Right now, we're seeing the same things with Brandon Aiyuk. We don't know if it's going to happen or not. But I mean,
Niner hopeful.
I see. There's differences though. Nick Bosa was Defensive Player of the Year, putting up numbers. Debo, that season that he had when he almost had 2,000 yards, like that's what he has. Aiyuk had a great year last
Didn't
year.
he put up like what?
He had 1,300. He had
That's
1,300,
huge.
17. But is at the same level of what Debo and Bosa their production?
But
What
I
they
mean,
did.
think about it though. There are no planned plays for Ayuk. You got to plan for Christian
I agree.
McCaffrey.
I agree with you
You
saying.
got Kittle. You got Debo. You got to get the ball. There is no, hey, this is Ayuk's play. It's Ayuk, go out there and get open, and if we catch you, we catch you. You know what I mean?
They said they run some stuff. They run a little bit more of that for him, man.
And his route tree is crazy.
They got some route.
True.
Like
True.
Brandon Aiyuk can run routes, and the biggest thing I think if he did leave, I hope he does. I like him. I just the money part. That's a different conversation. But the one thing I think that he brings to the table that most people don't talk about, yes, the route tree's crazy. Great hands, all of that. It's the blocking downfield. The fact that McCaffrey, the game you saw that you lost at 500 in,
Oh, he brought
that
it up.
run that
He brought it
McCaffrey
up.
had,
He went into detail just now. He went into
that would have not happened. That would have not happened if Ayuk didn't block downfield. And it's like, so he's an important piece to breaking a lot of those big runs. So that'll be missed if he does get traded. I think from his position, I think this was just a chess move of his. He's like, listen, this is what I got to do, because that's the only. I think that's the only move he can make. He ain't got much leverage.
He ain't got much leverage. Like the other thing about it too, reportedly they offering $26-27 million a year. Aiyuk wants more. Aiyuk wants more, around 30 and all this other stuff. Allegedly.
I mean, that's $4 million. Tell me what you could do with $4 million. You know what I mean?
But it's still 26, man. Like,
But
you're still getting 26.
Yeah.
You still getting, like, it's not like they disrespecting him. They saying for what he is, because when you talk about 30 and stuff, we talking about them ones.
That's
We talking
numbers.
about
Jefferson.
Jefferson. We talking about,
Jamar
and like
Chase.
all due respect to Aiyuk, he is a top receiver. He not the top receiver.
Yeah.
So when you trying to get that type of money, I gotta say no. But I'm gonna take care. I'm still gonna take care of you.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna give you, around the Amon St. Brown contract. I'm still gonna give you around the Jalen Waddle contract. I'm still gonna give you around those type of numbers. Like it's not like they offering them $15 million.
Right.
They
agree.
being respectful.
But see, this is where I feel like we could be damned. Aiyuk, we know what he is in the Niners offense. I mean, he's the third option, third weapon in our offense. I mean, we have tons of weapons. You put him in the right system. Let's say you put him in Buffalo, he may go crazy.
He
We've
might
never.
not.
I don't think we've seen the true ceiling of Aiyuk.
He could probably put in
you
the
know what I'm
production of
saying?
CD
I
Lamb.
tell-
he might be 30.
He could probably do what CD Lamb
he might
did.
be 30.
I tell you,
with Dallas.
he might not.
Man, it's a
He
whole.
might-
it's
he
the-
might not.
I'm
It
betting
is-
that he more is than not.
It is the Juju Smith AB situation, bro. People don't believe in that shit. Juju Smith-Schuster
So
looked like a fucking dog when AB was on the team. You let go AB, Juju don't look the same. It's the same with Debo and Ayuk. He looks good because he's not demanding that double team or over top coverage.
And I think he's a little better than that.
Thank
but
you.
I also
I
say,
think so,
I
too.
also say, not just AB. It's Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
It's Kyle Shanahan. Hey, Ayuk, you can want to make your $30 million and go to the Colts, and let's see how open you get there.
Yeah.
Let's see how easy the offense
He
is
getting
there.
paid at that point.
Yeah,
You know,
and if that's
That is the one thing that Kyle knows how to do is get guys open.
Get everybody. open.
I agree
Yeah.
with you on that, but more Debo than Ayuk. He really games plans to get Debo open than Ayuk. Ayuk, you could just like line up, get open. He'll get open because we all see he can run routes.
Yeah.
Debo, he's more of a gadget player. You got to run screens. You got to run end arounds. Put him in the backfield as a running back. You got to do more creative things.
But the thing about it is you got to watch him.
You do.
And that's the thing. You have to have eyes on him and McCaffrey and Kittle. So I think that does spread out the defense in a way where, you know, it's more advantageous for Aiyuk on the field on a play-by-play basis. Yeah. But it's a hard thing. I don't think he's Juju. I don't think he's that.
He's better than Juju.
I think he's much better than him.
I'll say that. I wasn't saying that he was.
You're saying the dynamic.
The dynamic of you got a number one and your number two looks good because your number one is taking all the fucking steam.
Right.
And like you were saying, you know, you go to the Colts and you're the number one. Are you going to be looking the same with the double coverage?
Go to New England. Go to New England.
Yeah.
Take your $30 million. Go to New England. And see what happens.
He needs a quarterback. Though.
He still needs someone who can actually throw on time, anticipation, and
that's why I would say if I was advising Brandon Aiyuk, I say sign the contract, $27 million. You're in a system that you know works for you, that produces for you. If you don't like it in 2 years, you can always ask for another trade. But he hasn't made enough money to sit out or to turn down $26 million.
Right, because this is the first contract.
Yeah, take your money, sign the contract. If you ain't feeling
brother,
it
don't listen to him at all, Brody. I don't know what the hell he talking about. We a blocking team over here at the Steeler Nation.
Oh, you really ain't gonna get paid.
Come fuck with the Steelers, man.
They gonna
pay you some real cheddar. You know what I mean? Come win a shit with your boys. You know what I mean? I don't know what he on right now. Brandon, how you come to the Steelers, bro?
What's Russell Wilson looking like?
I mean, we ain't worried about Russell Wilson. We talk about Justin Fields. What about Justin Fields right now?
Lord.
He taking number one reps right now.
Who was eating in Chicago?
Hey, he was still a dog in Chicago. He's just set up on a team that really wasn't meant for him. I mean, he had one wide receiver.
Hey,
he had one wide receiver, and then you get rid of him, and then you go get wide receivers. Like, does that make sense?
Brandon Aiyuk. Stay in San Francisco.
I'm telling you,
you got a top 3 coach in the game. You got a top 10 quarterback in the game. I said it.
What's in that pineapple juice?
I said a top 10 quarterback in the game.
That's big because he used to be a Trey Lance guy.
Actually, I do like Trey.
He used to be the Trey Lance guy.
Trey was my dog. But look,
I used to listen to you all the time.
Yeah. No, look, Trey was my dog. And then I saw Brock get in there, and Brock did some shit against the Seahawks.
Right.
It was just he just moved to the left and then hit. I said, I don't think it's coming. I don't think Trey getting that spot back.
Right.
No, that's how I felt.
That's Brock is cold, man.
Bro, that's how I felt when it came to it. Because and we've had this argument amongst friends and stuff like that. We got people that are, more diehard Trey fans. Shout out to that person. But I like Trey too. I had his jersey, everything. I was hyped for him. Yeah. But it's like I'm all about what do you do with the opportunities that's presented to you. And when the opportunities was presented to Trey, it didn't show like he could get it done. When Brock Purdy had the opportunity, what'd he do? He pretty much won every single damn game until the one he got hurt in. Yeah. And we all saw what would have happened if he didn't get hurt.
Smack the Eagles up,
you know what I mean?
I
mean, people need to put a little bit more respect on that and look at it from the opportunity. Whatever opportunity you get, man, that dude maximize his chances.
I'm a believer in Purdy. I'm a believer in him. I hate to say it. Like I mentioned, I have no quarrel against the Niners, but I believe in Purdy. Yeah. He's shown it to me back to back. Let me ask this question. We have to have the discussion. He's obviously not getting paid what he should, and he's on the rookie deal. Like, we get it. Last pick of the draft. Is he a top 5 QB in the game right now?
No.
Yes.
He's not.
Okay.
Shit.
Yes.
Okay.
In the show.
Okay.
Yes. In the show.
You a Niner fan and you don't got faith in
top 5? Give me the 5 that are better.
That's what I was gonna say. Dude, who's better?
So you got Mahomes, obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
Burrow. Allen.
Josh Allen is
wait a minute.
Hella interceptions.
You got Purdy over
Hella
Allen.
interceptions last year. Hell of them.
Come on, man.
Hell of them.
Josh Allen a little funny in the light. People be praising Josh Allen. Like people be praising Josh Allen like he on the Mahomes, Lamar Jackson level. He not.
I will agree with that. I don't think no one is.
I don't think Josh Allen better than Burrow.
Okay, I got Burrow too. No, I got Burrow number 2.
Josh Allen was 17 seconds away from being in the Super Bowl.
And
he was 17 seconds. Put respect on that man.
He got a clutch factor.
He went in.
He got a clutch factor.
And he was 17 seconds.
He probably would have lost. He would have lost to Cincinnati like he did last year.
So let me say this though.
Or 2 years ago.
So you honestly,
he would have lost the same way he did there.
So I gotta ask this question. I know we don't like doing the comparing, but if Josh Allen was on the Niners in either one of them Super Bowls,
Oh,
we got 2.
I don't know. Josh Allen is not a good.
We got
decision-
2 wins.
No, I don't know. Josh Allen's not a very good decision maker. That's my issue with him. He'll throw some shit in the triple cover for no reason.
He because his
Okay,
arm strength.
I hear you. I hear you there.
He's not a good decision maker. He's a great athlete. He got a nice arm, but I'm still questioning his decision making on a consistent basis.
So honestly, when you look at the game, you don't. If the Niners had Josh Allen, they still lose to KC.
He probably throw a pick. He threw a pick against KC in Buffalo. What are we talking? Like he throw a pick every time.
With that team, with that Niner team,
you are who you are. He ain't gonna calm down.
You take Jimmy G off that first team, they win it. Jimmy G was the reason.
Well, that's a little different.
Jimmy G over.
There's a lot of guys you could have put it.
Jimmy G. And I used to defend Jimmy until I saw him away from Kyle, and I was like, this is nasty,
bro. With the Raiders, bro, it was horrible.
He's trash.
But damn,
he's always been in a good system.
I think I'm not trying to shit on Josh Allen, but I think him and Brock are on the same tier. I think him and Brock.
Lamar
So that's
Jackson,
elite. So that's elite quarterback too.
I think he's a top 5.
Lamar Jackson's
top
better,
5 to
right?
7. Yeah,
Lamar Jackson be in there.
Lamar better, Pat better. Burrow's bad. Yeah,
nice, but he also been injury prone.
Yeah,
but when he healthy, bro, that's the one dude that ain't afraid of Mahomes. That's the thing.
Burrow better.
Burrow, the Bengals.
Facts.
When Burrow is healthy,
he's cold.
Bro, that is the team that can knock KC out
He's
because he's
cold.
not afraid of them at
Burrow
all.
better. What I named 3? So
Yeah.
now we have
What
4.
about Mr. Left? Right. Let me
Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
CJ nice.
Hey, man, he
CJ got
coming
a
up.
CJ nice. CJ got to show
Him
me
and
a little
Love,
more.
him and Love got big time promise.
Jordan Love.
And see, there is a lot.
Jordan Love is good. I think people are overhyping him a little too much.
Okay.
I think he's pretty solid. I don't have him. I don't think I could put Love top 10 though.
Nah, at CJ
Not
Stroud,
just yet.
I can see eventually him being better than Brock, but today, no, he's not better. Than
You ain't got Stroud over him?
No, not today.
Hurts. What about Hurts?
Hell no.
Hurts ain't in that top discussion.
Hell no.
The tush push ain't cutting it for
Hurts
y'all.
and Dak, I don't want to hear from them.
Oh, is that a little
When
bit of
you talk
Niner
about
hate
Purdy-
right there? Is that a little Niner hate though?
No, they just not better than they not better than Brock. I'll tell you what happened with Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a solid quarterback, but I saw him the year before they went to the Super Bowl.
When they lost to Tampa?
When they lost to Tampa,
Yeah.
he looked like shit. And I sat there and I said, dawg, this I liked, and it hurt me because I'm rocking with the black quarterback, right? So it hurt me to say that. But I was like, I don't know if Jalen is it. I don't know if he is.
Okay.
And then he came back the next year, had an MVP caliber season. And then he comes back this year and he looking funny in the light. So the majority of what I've seen from him,
It's shaky.
outside of one outlier year, is that he be looking funny in the light.
But he did perform well in that Super Bowl though,
That's hella
He
funny.
bought out.
against KC.
Yeah, he bought
like
out. He bought out.
they could have won that.
He was good. No, he was good. He was really good. That one year he was really good. I got two
That's
other
it.
years where he was looking funny in the light. So that's all.
That's crazy saying that. Like, you looking funny. You say, bro, you look funny in the light. You gotta watch who you say that to. You say that to your lady. You gonna get smacked.
funny in the
You look
light.
funny in the light.
and look, and the other one, Dak. Dak is a good quarterback.
I feel
He
like-
is stat patter. He is stat patter for
That's
sure.
what it is.
100%.
They be first and goal at the 1. They drop back to pass. What?
Yeah.
Oh, because Dak got to get his numbers. So that's what. Look at the damn playoff game.
He allergic to the playoffs.
Look at the playoff game
allergic.
against the Packers.
The Dallas
I think he
is
threw
allergic
for
to
400
playoffs.
yards
Bro,
in
that game, I think
Was
that
he
was
any
the
good?
that was the most surprising game. I think was that loss and the way they lost to Green Bay. I was like, that's
a
insane.
microcosm of Dak Prescott
Yeah.
to me. I think he threw for like 403 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah.
Did anybody watch that game and be like, yo, Dak was killing?
Yeah.
No, he was the problem. He threw like two, 3 picks in the first half.
He's
Yeah.
definitely a fraud.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Purdy, I don't want to hear about Dak and Jalen Hurts. But here's the deal. Here's one thing that I've learned, and we can move on, is people go, I ain't worried about where people rank Brock Purdy. Because people they have him 32. I don't care. He's just gonna beat everybody's ass, and they're gonna keep winning games. That's what he's done. Except for Pat. That's the one.
But he doing that to everybody.
Yeah, except for Pat and Lamar got him on Christmas too. But other than that, he beat everybody.
I think
And Joe
he be beating
Burrow.
everybody.
Joe Burrow, they put it
He
on
got
us.
no.
Yeah,
Joe
they
Burrow
put
got
it
him.
on
Joe
us.
Burrow
They
got
put it
him.
on us.
Yeah, they put it on
They
us.
got it,
Yeah, for
Shout
sure.
out Joe, but those are the 3 that I have ahead of him too.
Okay.
We're going to switch it up just a little bit. We're getting ready to wind down here. You know, I always got to say that like a pastor. You know how we almost done. And we go for a whole nother hour.
Man, y'all got such a good thing going on here, man. I can rock for however y'all need me to.
I appreciate that, man.
We got to do part 2.
I know, right? I'm with that.
Pass the plate round one more time.
Right.
One more time.
You got to bring DLO next time.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, you know what?
D-Lo
Yeah.
gonna come through
Hell
next
yeah.
time.
That's real.
Hell yeah.
I want to talk about, you know, obviously you have a son that's 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I got a son that's 6, and I'm hard on him, man. He's in football right now. Does your sports analyst and the way you break down, you know, conversations about football, basketball, does that ever transition to helping or coaching your kid at all? Does he play sports? I should ask that.
Yeah. He a big baseball player right now. And he
Okay.
plays basketball. Too.
Baseball and basketball. All right.
So, like, my approach when I played, I was pretty good. I was a good basketball player.
Okay.
Pretty good basketball
Where you
player.
play at?
When I went to high school at McClatchy.
Okay.
Did work there. Shout out
nice.
CKM. You already know what it is.
Okay.
We on our way back. My boy Tony Vaughn, he about to do work over there. So McClatchy, we've been dormant since I left, but my boy Tony Vaughn about to bring us back.
All right.
Then I went to CRC for 2 years, and then I went to Cal State. It was Hayward when I got there, but it's Cal State East Bay now.
All right.
You know, I'm in the record books.
That's what's
I'm
up.
in the record books. You
That's what's up.
Google your boy. He in there or whatever. So you know, I did my thing over there. For
Do
sure.
your Googles, y'all.
Yeah,
Do your
yeah.
Googles.
Most rebounds in the game?
Now rebounds. Not rebound. But look, I gotta say that when I left, I've been out of college for a long time now. Almost 20 years.
Time goes by.
But when I left, I was the number 7 scorer in the history of the school.
Okay.
what's
I
up.
think last time
Buckets.
I checked was about a year, maybe 2 years ago. I was down to 9. So I don't know if I'm still in the top 10. But when I left, I was number 7. I think I'm still in the top 10. But
That's what's up, man.
I say all that to say, when I talk to him, that's where I'm coming from, and it's not about I need you to be like better than me or good or anything. I want you to be better than me. I want you to be good. I definitely want all that to happen, but more importantly, I need your approach to the game and to your work ethic to be a certain way. That's what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? I tell them all the time.
like that.
If you are working on your craft, if you're working on your game, you know, 5-6 days a week, you know, every day, and then you get to the game and you stink it up. If you're playing baseball, you go for 4, you know, or you're playing basketball, you get 2 points after you put in work all week. Hey man, that's the way it goes. We get back into the lab.
Right.
But if you are playing Roblox and Fortnite and doing all this other bullshit, and you've been doing that all week, and then you try to like we say, you know, crash
Pop
for the
in.
test and all this other stuff on Friday before your game,
Yeah.
and then you go 0 for 4 or you get 2 points, I don't want to hear no crying from you.
Right.
I don't want to hear nothing because you didn't apply yourself. You didn't put in the work.
I feel you.
So I try to stress that to them, right? Like put in the work,
Right.
and usually they go hand in hand. If you put in the work, you're not gonna go 0 for 4.
Facts.
You put in the work, you're gonna get more than 2 points.
Yeah.
So, like, do that, and you're gonna get the results you want. But I can live with the process. I can live with the process of you putting in work and doing the best you can at that point, and I can live with whatever happens after that. But if you're not putting in the work, then I don't want to hear it. And like I said, I'm like you. I'm like hard on them.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah. Like, I need 1.5 hours, 2 hours
Right.
of work. This is
Yeah.
what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This how I got where I ended up getting to, and I was pretty damn good. Like I was as close as you get to being a professional player.
That's what's
right.
up, buddy.
I was
Yeah.
that close,
That's what's up.
and I didn't make it because if there's 7 days in a week, I might practice. I might work out 6 days. That other day, I want to hang out with the homies.
Right.
You know, I want to go to this
Right.
party or whatever the case may be, and that's the difference between making it and not making it.
I feel you on that.
So to me, it's not even really about making it with him. I'm just trying to teach him. I believe sports is a vehicle and a tool to learn life lessons, and it don't matter what you do. If you want to be a basketball player or a baseball player, or you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, or you want to be the best Fortnite player out there. I tell him all he's good at Fortnite. I was like, how'd you get good at Fortnite? Because you
Kept
played a
playing it.
lot.
Yeah.
Like you worked at it. Now you're good at Fortnite. It's like anything else in life, and that's what I try to use. Me and my wife, we try to use the sports to teach life lessons.
Yeah.
That's what's
That's the
Discipline, structure.
discipline.
Yeah.
It teaches you discipline. And I preach that discipline all the time, man. You got to get shit done, man, even when you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Because that's the difference between being motivated.
Yes.
Motivated is when you feel good.
Yeah.
And we don't feel good all the time. Our feelings is fickle, man. They come and go.
Very true.
And no, if you got the discipline and the structure there, even when you're not feeling it, you're going to get the job done because you know you got to get it done. And that's going to put you ahead of other guys because a lot of people focus on feeling good and they only work out when they feel good, or they only put in the training and the effort when they feel good. You're going to be so much more ahead of the next person.
I tell him, and I coach for a long time too. I coached for about 12, 13 years as well, like youth between high school and 7 years old or whatever. And I try to tell these kids, you be surprised how far you can get by just outworking people. I've seen people who are not very talented at all play college basketball.
Yeah.
Who don't really have any, like, they're not good. They're not what you would think a college basketball player is. But they just work. They stay dedicated to it. They have the discipline. They stay dedicated to their craft, and they just worked. And they outwork people who wanted to hang out a little bit.
They're skilled, not talented.
Yeah. And like my man said, discipline.
Yeah.
They're disciplined to stay with it. Like, I'm going to do this.
Right.
I have a goal in mind, and this is how I get to it, by working. And this guy, this team needs somebody that plays defense. All right, I'm going to be the defender.
Right.
I'm going to get after it. I'm going to work. Make the team.
Man, real quick, man. Your hat, bro. I've been looking at that shit all night, man.
Oh, man.
That shit up, down, upside down, like smiley face, upside down, Sacramento. And then they got the little golden bridges on the side.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the people made in Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? 916 Apparel, man. They got this line coming out for when the A's come, man. So, talk to them, man.
Cool.
They show some love. And I don't think this is out yet.
What did you call them? What did you call them? People of Sacramento?
Yeah,
people
made in Sacramento. 916 Apparel.
You talking about Zane? Zane and his is that his brand? No,
I don't. To be honest with you, I don't know. I follow him on Instagram, but I don't know who's behind the whole deal.
People.
Well,
people
of Sacramento, I think is Zane. I think
people of Sacramento is Zane.
Made in 916. It might be or
something different. Okay. No, that's clean though.
Hey, man,
no, I wouldn't support. I'm a Giants fan, but I would be supporting them to come here to.
You know what?
Speaking on that, I gotta say this because we didn't talk about it earlier when it came to Giants. So I went to the game. Giants Twins on Sunday.
Okay,
Me and my son, we went there, right?
Yeah.
And the Giants won off on a walk-off.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
nice.
it was dope. So it was dope. And Snell was throwing a no-hitter going into the seventh, and then it got knocked off. And then in the top of the ninth, Twins put up 2 runs and tied it. So we like, what the fuck? We was up. We was up 2-0 the whole game. Yeah. And then Mike Yaz came up, and I was recording it live. I recorded it. Smacked it, basically got a triple, and then they overthrew it, and then he scored. So we ended up winning, right? That was great. Everything great. Garlic fries great. Everything you go to the Giants game is dope.
Right.
Let me say this, man. I don't know who owned the parking lots. That dude Scrooge McDuck diving in them coins. They charging $80 for a regular season baseball game on a Sunday. This ain't the play. Bro, this ain't the playoffs in football.
Yeah.
Like I would expect to pay that.
Yeah.
I was like,
$80.
I was like, y'all are for baseball. Y'all got 81 of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, they bugging. They bugging.
Was that just that location, or was this?
No,
all
bro.
of
That's
them?
bro. There was ones that was even more.
Yeah. You paid 80,
bro. I dropped the 80. I had to drop the 80.
I'd have laughed.
I remember. I remember like a year ago. It was 60.
It skirt off.
It was 60 a year ago.
Bro,
if it's up to 80 now, that's
crazy.
80, bro.
You know what? When I go to the Giants games, I haven't been since the Dodgers playoff game a couple years ago.
I should have did Bart
all the time.
I should have.
All the time.
And the
Bart
thing about it is,
Mooney.
me and my son, we usually do. And I was just like, you know what? Because we took off a little later than we usually do.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to push it there. I'm thinking, okay, $40-$50 it is what it is. That motherfucker said 80. I said, what?
They tripping.
They said, yeah, 80. But I was like, man, tap. Do the tap, man. You know, let me get the hell on out of here, man.
Let me ask you, though, what you going to do when the A's get here? How you feel?
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm kind of, because I think Sacramento is a baseball town.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they have a lot of support in baseball. I think it's going to be a good thing for the community.
Yeah.
I don't hate opposite teams. it's the personalities of the people of the fans of those teams that get on my nerves. Like this dude over here. Like I really don't hate the Kings at all. Being a Laker fan, but he make me hate them.
That's
like
what, that's what he got to say. You know, he
like,
got to say that.
Like
you know
I don't
what mean?
hate. Like if the Kings win, I'm like cool. When y'all got DeRozan, I'm like cool. I'm with it. I live here. Like I want y'all to be successful up to a point. Except when we play y'all.
Right. Understandable.
But it's like it's. I would support. I think the A's is a little bit different because I grew up in the Bay Area. Okay. So I grew up in Richmond. So it's you know, I used to go to A's games as a kid when they used to do dollar days. Like we just hop on AC Transit, get on the BART, drop us right off at the Coliseum to go see A's games. So it's not that much of a rivalry to the point where I wouldn't want to support them. I'm like cool. I hope they. We was talking about it because we talked about it when the whole story went out. Yeah. I think they're gonna have to renovate that stadium
they're gonna make
to be able to hold.
So I
them.
work at the Capitol Yards over there, bro. Like it's right next to the stadium. I'm looking. They're doing so much construction over there right now. It's crazy.
Good.
Yeah,
I didn't see that. Oh yeah, they do.
They're gonna work on some stuff. I asked though because I'm a Giants fan, big Giants fan, lifelong. That's what I rock with. I didn't really have a problem with the A's ever. You know what I'm saying? It was the Dodgers. Like I don't.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Yeah, I don't rock with them at all. But the A's, I didn't really have a problem with. But A's fans be like they don't like the Giants, right? But A's come to Sacramento. It reminds me of Spike Lee, right? Because Spike Lee, he's from Brooklyn. He a Knicks fan, right? And when the Nets went to Brooklyn, it was like, Spike, what you gonna do? They in your hometown. He's like, damn. He's like, I never thought I'd see Brooklyn with a basketball team. Okay. I got love for him. I'm still a Knicks fan, but I got love for him. I got love. This is the hometown. That's the way I feel with this. I'm a Giants fan. 100%. But hell yeah, I'm gonna be rocking some A stuff. Right, absolutely, they come here to Sac.
I share that same sentiment, man, because I feel like Richmond would have never get no team. Shout out to Richmond, but they ain't getting no team. But if they ever did, it's like I might have to just like
switch it up.
Not switch, but it's going to be a situation where I'm going to be torn a little bit because that's where I grew up, and it's like that's you. To see your city where you grew up with a team representing that city, I think that's big. So I feel it.
I'm rocking with the A's when they get here. If they play the Giants, I'm going for the Giants for sure. That's what it is. But any other time, I'm rocking with the A's, man.
So,
hey, man, you're gonna have a good time.
I'm an A's fan.
Okay.
I almost converted. Almost. Y'all niggas, I did not say it.
You did say it.
Whatever. Anyway.
You did say it.
I'm I love baseball just in general when it comes to watching it there. And so I'm an avid River Cats fan. And shout out to my boy Dinger. It's his birthday this weekend, Sunday.
Shout out Digger.
Make sure you go check out that game. They got a lot of specials going on, River Cats. But I love the arena, man. And I'm there each and every weekend with my son. I love the vibe there at the River Cats Arena. If anything, I just would like for them to add some more seats out there. But at the same time, even if they did add more seats, I probably wouldn't sit in them. I like being, underneath the awning, standing, watching the game, cool vibe, get my little Tia Linda's little margarita, call it a day.
Champagne for sure. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It is going to. I think, they're saying they'll be here about 4 years. There is an outside chance they get stuck here.
Right. Very true.
That's what I was saying about it. I was like, I think this is like an audition, see what they get. The numbers are. Like, that's what I'm saying. Sacramento, show out.
I'll tell you guys straight up, it's absolutely an audition. Whether it's the A's or expansion, it's 100% an audition. Yeah. And I think it's about to be crazy. It's about to be 14,000, 15,000 every single night. Them Friday night games in the summer. Saturday night games in the summer. Oh man, it's gonna be such a good time.
Gonna be cool.
But this might
the vibes
kick
are gonna
off,
be so thick.
This might kick off the MLS as well.
I was gonna say the
they
soccer
do well
arena.
With this,
yeah,
they might get that MLS team they've been trying
absolutely.
to do.
Absolutely. I love that too, man. I love that too. I love the Republic, man, and what they do, man. Shout out to my man Roro over there. My man Connor too.
Yeah.
See, Sac grown, man. Gilbert Arenas needs to hear all this shit. Sorry, my bad.
Gil, man. Gil bugging, man.
Straight bugging.
Straight up. I don't care what
and
they
Brandon
say.
Jennings, he bugging too, man.
Bro, he said
right.
he said the ugliest people out there. I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah,
They
he
crazy.
He tripping.
They crazy. They crazy. Because I see beautiful people all the time.
Get a Tinder account here, man. They good.
He ever been to D30?
Log in.
Come on now.
Right? Come on now.
Log
See
in.
what it is.
We inviting Gilbert Arenas to come on the show. Come on the show.
Man.
Come sit with us.
We're going to have the wand
talk
out
with
front.
us.
You'll be all right, bro. We're going to wand you down.
We'll bring some of your bottle girls what you got when.
Right. Hey,
we'll show them what we
make it
really got
happen.
inside.
Hey, for
We've
real.
been talking about the bottle girls for a while now. What's going on with that?
Yeah.
I mean, Gilly getting on us, man.
Has he gotten
Yeah.
here? Has he came here on Friday, Saturday?
And you know he ain't ever out here. He ain't ever seen
he
that out here. But it's finna
I'm in the
be
house.
thick this weekend for
Nah,
sure.
it's gonna be thick.
You got Pilo in town, concert in the park this Friday. You got
Yes,
DJ
sir. Yes, sir.
Oasis at concert in the park as well, DJing. You know, I'm not gonna say it, but this could be the official after party of the Pilo show. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? There's some
hey,
connections, some ties there. So you know, stay
You know I
tapped
gotta
in.
pull up then.
You know
Birthday
what I'm saying?
weekend this weekend too.
Hey,
Birthday
man.
weekend
Hey,
this weekend,
man.
man. So I gotta
Birthday,
pull
happy
up.
birthday.
Bro, pull up, man. I got a bottle. It's on me.
My dog.
That's a
My
fact,
dog.
man.
Yes,
Red
sir.
carpet and everything.
My
You know what I
dog.
mean?
You gonna bring
Man.
Nilo?
D-Lo don't really go out that much, but he might come out though, because he already gonna be out here because we're gonna be doing concerts.
Bro, if he
in the
comes
park.
out, please tell the DJ play that song. D-Lo, give a fuck about now.
Well, they would
Please.
probably play that song just in
Please.
general. Ain't that Pilo song?
I think
No,
he's
I'm
on.
tripping. I'm tripping.
I don't
It could be a
know.
different song.
I don't know.
Anyways, it don't even matter. Send us out, bro. I know you got some weird question that you didn't want us to actually research before we got on the show.
This
You
one not
always
that
got
crazy.
something.
This one not that crazy.
All right, question of the
This,
week.
this
Come
one,
on.
this one not that crazy.
Yeah, because last time it was shit. Shit. This nigga's question had us motherfucking like, what? What?
Nah, this one.
Question of the week.
Question of the week, y'all. So this one is anybody afraid of spiders?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So this is spider.
Every spider?
I don't fuck with spiders.
Any of them.
Well, this would be one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, I don't fuck with the big ones.
Fuck them all.
Pause that.
I got
So-
bit by a brown recluse. That shit ain't no fucking joke.
What?
Yo, I know about a brown.
Bro, I
I'm
was,
surprised your
violin,
thumb's
I'm
still around.
I was pulling out pus from my arm. I had a hole in my arm and I could stick a Q-tip in and clean out, bro. Like the shit
I
was
didn't heard
fucking.
about a brown recruit.
shit.
You
Yeah,
over
hey,
here? What you over here
that
trying
bite's
to? You try to
nasty.
change into Spider-Man? That's what you trying to do?
I mean, no, I was at a party, believe it or not. Shit just happened randomly. So,
Oh, damn.
Hell no.
yeah, man. Like, it was some shit.
They burned that house down.
What's great? I don't know. But what's crazy is I met somebody later that ended up having to amputate his leg because of that shit.
Yeah, I seen.
Shit's
That's
no-
why.
Oh yeah, recluse. No,
Somebody
yeah.
got bit on their thumb or something like that and had to lost their thumb.
Cut that
or
shit off?
Yeah, that's just no joke. That's just nasty.
Well, this ain't. These ain't some recluses. But would you rather be trapped in a small room with 10,000
Fuck no, shut up.
tarantulas?
Nope. Don't even finish it,
Let
bro.
me finish.
Nah, man. I'm already. Nah, man.
10,000 tarantulas for an hour, or eat 10 tarantulas
Nah, you
in
tripping.
10 minutes.
I ain't touching neither one of them niggas.
All of them live.
That's
I'm
a
over here.
fucked up question.
All right.
Hey man, we
I'll take the
that
first one.
question is wild.
I'll take the first
Just thinking about being in a room with
Just
and,
let-
and you in the dark with oh fuck.
It's not in the dark. No,
Oh.
you got to see these motherfuckers.
Are they
Hell
alive? So the ones you eat,
They
are
all alive.
The ones you eat are alive. Oh fuck, man!
They all alive.
I'll just
You
stay
know
in there.
what?
I'll get touched. Fuck it.
You know how many spiders you eat at night? You really never realize
I've heard
it.
about it.
You know what I mean?
you ain't eating tarantulas though.
That's the. I don't
spider,
know if I
bro.
want to eat no.
them
tarantula.
bird eating joints. Them big.
Yeah, I'd
them
rather
big
be-
plate
Who
motherfuckers.
says you eat?
Man, come on, man.
The big boys.
Oh.
You damned if you do. You damned if you don't.
I'm gonna be. I'm
I think I'm gonna just be in the room.
I'm taking the
Facts.
room.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm taking the
I can't
room.
eat tarantula.
Facts.
I can't eat a live one, bro. The first I couldn't do it.
Oh,
I could. You got to eat 10 of them motherfuckers
Nah, I
in 10 minutes. So you got to scarf them.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Nah.
that's shit.
But 10,000 is a lot.
I choose the bullet. Where the bullet at? Fuck that. Gone. Fuck that. I ain't doing neither.
He's an ejectocito cuz out of here. I am done
Taking
with
that
this.
Trump bullet.
Fuck.
Oh, man.
my God. Don't even this
Come
guy. This
that
guy
Trump bullet.
took it over here, man.
Hey, man, I'm just taking a drink, man. I love my job, man.
Yeah.
The audacity.
The audacity.
So let me say this: we don't have to go too deep on that point, but I mean that's such a big thing that happened. You know,
That was
being a
crazy.
candidate, you know, basically being an assassination attempt.
Oh, that's crazy. man.
It is.
What is it the day and age that we in now? The reason why we had, because I felt like the reaction that we had with this situation. Is it the time we in, or is it the person that it happened to? Because I feel like I think a lot of people would have been making jokes, because bro, the memes and the internet went internet.
Oh yeah.
With Trump, I think if it happened to Biden, I think people would have reacted the same way. It would just been with him. But do you think it's the day and age, or do you think it's these two candidates? Because I don't know. I personally believe if this was Obama, or if this was even somebody that really wasn't even liked all that much in George W. Bush, I don't think people would be making jokes like this.
Now, if it was Obama, they definitely wouldn't be making jokes.
I just don't think
At
they would be.
least people on my timeline would be making jokes.
Do you
And
think
that would not be a joking
Do you
matter.
think they would have hopped up and fist pumped like that for everybody? You think that would have actually happened? That part, because I'm not gonna lie, that captivated me. That got me right there.
What do you mean by fist bump? Like you liked it, or
No, I feel like it was planned. Like, bro, you just got shot at, bro. I've been here on K
I'm
Street.
sorry,
I've been
bro.
here on
I'm
K
sorry,
Street,
but
bro.
as
I ain't fist pumping
someone
nothing.
that's red blooded, you wouldn't. I would put the middle finger up, like fuck you, dude. Who the fuck? And you just try to kill me.
I would probably do that if I almost
try
got
to
hit.
kill me. Yeah,
I'm probably saying F.
I'm not gonna cower down. Like
Yeah.
You might be the head of the fucking entire world, of the free world, the president. No, bro, put your fist up. Hey,
I'm ducking it. I'm gone.
Get me
Realistically,
the fuck out of here.
I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Keep me down low.
Get me the fuck out of here, bro. Yeah.
Get me out of
Fuck
here.
a
but the
fist
same
get
people
it.
that say it was really weird for the people in the background that didn't get up and run. I'm like, that's stupid. Why would you get up and run?
Didn't somebody die? Somebody died.
Like,
and
stay
somebody else
down.
got hurt?
What the fuck?
Nah, bro. I mean, so like I mentioned, everybody has their own experiences when it comes to that. I've had a few more than I'd like to admit. I'm gone, bro. Every time this shit clap, the second the clap, I'm ducking. I'm gone.
I think it's a
It
little
ain't
bit
no-
different. I think it's a little bit different if you on stage and you being the like
You're the target.
in that situation.
Leader of the free world.
But
You
the
can't
reason
run,
why I
bro.
asked that question is because when I seen it, and this is no disrespect, because I don't like whether you like Trump or not. Doesn't matter really what side of the line you fall on. I think it's just more the fact, like, because I wouldn't want him to get shot. Like, that's not how I
Right.
feel about it. But it's a situation where, like, the first thing that came to my head was like, he gonna meme this up. This Mini Man is playing in my head right now.
Right.
Like he gonna win. Like you can't just have this situation happen and then you dodged the bullet. You survived this,
Right.
and then you're not gonna like
Capitalize.
I was hearing 50 Cent in my head.
Many men.
Before he put it
I
out.
just-
Before he put it out.
wish
No,
death
I made
upon
that.
me.
Oh shit!
That thing that we put on the thing,
Blood
like I
in
made
my
that, but
eyes, I can't
it just,
see.
I don't know. It's just interesting. I feel like I don't know if it's the time or if I don't know it's just because of the person itself. It's why I reacted in a way where I felt like it wasn't as serious as I should have been taking it. If that makes sense, that might be a
makes
fault
perfect-
of my own, but I
think
it's
it's
just
the time. I
that-
think it's a combination of both, right? Like it's the society we live in today.
Okay.
Social media society, and I mean, you make a good point. I think it's the person, and I don't. I say that saying like, to me, like from what I see, Obama was beloved, right? You brought up Barack Obama. If that were to happen to Barack Obama, I mean, people would be just hurt,
Uproar.
like devastated that happened to somebody
I agree.
that's beloved. I don't know.
I feel like there'll still be memes that basically say, "Haha, you miss me." You know what I mean about Obama?
I think,
too.
but I think there would be memes.
I don't know about Obama. I don't know if I don't
in a
think-
more positive way. If there are memes, I think there would be more to his. Like I felt like when I was just on the internet, bro, there was so much. The political sphere that we're in right now, the politics is so. It's so split. It's so divided, man. So, like more than ever. More than ever, especially on the internet, because you got a lot of people that can say whatever they want without no consequences, or at least they think. And I just feel like I think even during Obama's and obviously the people, they didn't really have the internet as it is today, but it's I feel like everybody just looks at it as a joke, like in general, like everybody just looks at it as a joke, and I think I'm trying to in my head because I'm putting myself out there. That's how I felt. I'll be straight up with you. I did the first thing when I got the news. I didn't think, like I'm very concerned for this person's life. Even though I don't want him to get, I wouldn't want him to get shot. But it's just that's not what I went to. And I'm like, is that because of the time, or is that because of the person? Combination of
Definitely
both.
the time.
I think it's
Definitely.
the time. I think it's like
it's a time for sure.
it's the time, but we like the in the last 8 years or so, like the seat of President of the United States has been turned into a joke to a certain degree for some people, right?
Okay.
So they're not taking it serious. Like, this is supposed to be the president. There's a certain level of cachet and everything that comes along with that, and some people just don't take it seriously anymore.
Yeah, because I agree. Because I think even if
huge.
this, God forbid or anything, but I think if this had happened to Joe Biden, I think the same memes, the same thing. A lot of people saying, "Oh, because it's Republican, whatever." This is the reason why. Nah, if this happened to Biden, they'd be the same level of people making memes, being funny. It'd be the same stuff. And I'm just looking at it, and because I hold them responsible, because y'all make it a clown show to a certain extent. Play on that. The clown show.
Clown show.
With the debate, when y'all over here arguing about golf. You know what I mean? Like, you making it where I shouldn't care, or I shouldn't be taking it seriously.
So you think everybody's desensitized to it?
Yeah,
100%.
It's the shock value.
I think so.
You have to have some type of shock value to get. I'm not gonna say clout, but like that's what it is nowadays. It's either it's got to be you're crying because it's super funny, right, or something devastating to catch people's attention nowadays. And I mean, that's just how it is with the media and social media, I should say, more than anything, because you mentioned it's a meme. It's more blowing up on social media because it has that shock value that everybody wants to see. That's what is engaging to people. That's what triggers endorphins. It's like, oh my God, this is happening in the world today. Like, you see somebody pass away or get shot and just die, you look at it forever. But you know what I mean? Somebody who's out here running with their son, doing the best that they could, then pass right on by it. It's something good, that's something positive for people, because it's not shock value. They're not going to sit there and watch. They'd rather see somebody get hurt or devastated rather than anything else.
Even that, though, I feel like we're getting desensitized to that.
Right.
Like, people getting shot.
I feel you there.
And it's like, people just like, man, that's sad. They got shot, and they kind of move on or whatever. Not that they should like mourn forever, but like, that's not okay. That's not normal. That's not what's supposed to happen. Like, somebody getting shot and all this. Like, I don't know how old you guys are, but you think about like Columbine. I was in high school when Columbine happened, and
It was a big deal.
that was like everything stopped.
wear
Like,
a
it was
trench coat.
crazy.
Yep.
And now here we are, 20 some odd years later. And it's somebody like,
it's happening every other month or a couple times a year.
It's not the same sense of urgency when those things happen, and I think that's bad.
It's
Like, I think
crazy.
that's terrible.
It puts that line, like, I don't know if I'm a big movie fan, but I think most of us have seen The Dark Knight, and it's kind of putting his line that he said to the test when he's talking about, if I was to say, a truck of soldiers would have died, he said, ain't nobody gonna panic. He said, but if I was to say the president or a school bus, everybody gonna lose their mind. And it's like, that's putting even that to the test, to the point where we seeing so much, and the internet plays a part in that, because we have access to so much information.
Right.
And I think we just get to the point where we just kind of move on so quickly, we don't even have time to breathe with the situation as it happened, because there's always going to be something else that happens.
100%.
You know what I mean? So
100%.
yeah,
it's I don't know. I think first of all, it's a very serious thing to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, there was an attack on a man's life. So I think the situation allows it to be a meme, though, because I mean, obviously he missed. You know what I mean? Like, if he hits him, there ain't no memes. You know what I mean? It's done. There's no.
Oh yeah, I think. No, if God forbid, if that got to that,
right.
Oh, I think it's completely different.
Right. It's all, like, even I don't even know if we're here right now having this conversation if he hit him.
Okay.
I mean, because who knows what the world would be after that point? Because I mean, if Donald Trump gets assassinated on TV in front of everybody,
It's crazy.
we're in a different world today.
Right.
That quick.
Especially
City
when
Hall
you,
over.
especially when you look into
City Hall all over.
how it happened.
Exactly. So I mean, it's, to me, the situation allowed it to be a meme, and I mean, you could kind of look back on it, because everything is, hindsight is 2020. I mean, I'm kind of glad that he missed, because we don't know what today would be. You know what I mean? We could be living in anarchy right now.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
But it's like, I will say this, it's like, like, and I agree with what you're saying, but we shouldn't live on the results, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, whether the guy connected or not, what happened.
Yeah.
Should be
Serious
enough
thing.
to be like, man,
And
that
that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, like because you say like
For sure
because he
shouldn't
made it, people made memes about it and had jokes about it. But if he didn't make it, there wouldn't be no jokes about it. It's
Right.
like, well, let's just all agree that like this ain't a joking matter.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
No, 100%.
what happened isn't a joking matter. So,
100%.
yeah, but it's society, social media, internet, all that is it's kind of gone haywire a little bit.
I literally turned into a pastor, y'all. How long ago did I say we almost done? How long ago was that? That's what the pastors been doing, I swear. Fall asleep.
Be preaching.
Hey, man. Honestly, we've been preaching, but it was one hell of a conversation, and it was
Dope, yeah.
it's real as fuck, man. And I can't thank you enough, Casey, for coming on the show, man. I really appreciate you. Could you tell the people where they can find you at as far as like your IG, YouTube, all your handles, man? Go ahead and let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, man. King KC _916 on Twitter and on Instagram. You can catch me every single day, Monday through Friday, ESPN 1320. It's on YouTube, on the Odyssey app. If you have AM on your car, you can catch me there noon to 4 every day with my man DLO. And then right after that, go to 102.5 KSFM, DLO and KC, Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. And yeah, man, just check me out. I appreciate you guys having me on here, man.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of fun. I love what you guys are doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Man, it's really refreshing to see some guys from this area just really not only doing something but taking it serious. Like
Yeah,
you guys
Appreciate that.
you guys went out and got the equipment and took it seriously and tried to make it the best production you possibly could. And that's, I know a number of different guys who do that too, but I want to see all the people who take it seriously that way, you know,
The city can
get
grow.
everything out of it that they're trying to get. And,
Yeah, man.
the
city needs to grow, man. And I know I was telling you before we got on, man, that, you know, a lot of people come from here. Gilbert Arenas, when we had that conversation with Oasis, a lot of their baby mamas are from Sac, and they end up going other places, right? But, you know, Sac needs to be a focal point, man. There's a lot of stuff happening out here, and we need to be, I'm not going to say ground zero for something, but, you know, people should want to come here to Sacramento. It is a vibe here in Sacramento, no matter where you're at, man. And just, I love my city as best as possible.
100%.
Love my squad right here as best as possible. It does make it easy when you are coming to work with some guys that, you know, really got your back in situations in anything in life. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, man, once again, I know you know about that. You got your guy, D-Lo. So you got to have your squad, man. It makes it that much more fun to come out here and just talk each and every week.
That's facts, man.
Got anything, advice for the people?
Oh yeah, so we do a little thing, just a little round table of, you know, what advice you have for the folks. If anything you want to say, what advice you would give them. What's something you would get out there if you could give some people advice, the listeners, the watchers?
Hey, man, keep working. Keep working.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? There was a time when I created my own podcast, and I'd say this story a lot, but I created my own podcast, and I put it out every Friday, you know, put all this work into it, editing all this other stuff, and I put it on SoundCloud, and I'd go in there, and I'd see that 7 people press play. You know what I'm saying? And if the episode was really popping, it'd be like 30 people. I'd be like, oh, I'm up.
Humbles you.
I'm up, right?
Yeah.
Humbles you.
But there were times when I wanted to quit. Times when I'm like, wait, man, I'd be up till like 3 a.m, have to go to work at 6, putting this podcast together, recording this podcast. And I'd be like, man, why am I even doing this, or whatever the case may be. But much like you said, the discipline. I may not always want to do it, but I had a goal in mind, and I'm going to just keep pushing. If I don't make it, it's not going to be because I didn't give everything I had. And, you know, good things came my way. So anybody that's going through anything right now, I've been there. I've been wanting to quit. But if it's something that you're really passionate about, that you really want to do, keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Yeah. Shout out to them 7.
That's what's Sac.
Facts.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if it was my mom, if it was my wife, if it's somebody who pressed it once, accidentally closed the app and pressed again, and that counted it. But
Them 7 make you really appreciate the 30.
Absolutely,
Right, it's true. Nah, man, we kind of feel the same, man. We just do it, man. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's for other people. It's for us. You know, this is a way for some men literally to vent about things that you don't vent about. I don't I don't talk about a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like out loud, publicly.
Yeah.
Like the conversation last week was the first time I even, spoke about that freely. And to kind of hear that, I'm not going to say other men are in the same situation, but it may have some similar things that they're going through.
Yeah, straight up.
It at least not necessarily solidifies that I'm not the only one going through it or crazy, but it's just like, all right, you know what? That is normal. Other people are going through the same things that we're going through. They have the same struggles, and maybe, they have a way that they've figured it out and worked it out. Maybe we could talk it out and figure out, the same solution for myself if, we're going through that thing. So with me saying that, advice of the day is man, we need to talk. If you can't talk with your significant other, because I do understand that sometimes you don't want to spark a fight over nothing, right? Have your boys, man. Get down, sit down with them, literally talk to them on the phone. If you have to, go over, like, hey, let's get a drink. Let's talk for 20, 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Just talk to some people, man. Kind of get your stuff out there, man. So just, have your own self-therapy with your folks, your boys. You know what I mean? So, anybody else?
Tony, what advice you got, man?
Not much. Just honestly, actually, you know what? Fuck. Motion's a motherfucker. Like, please respond and don't react. Like, and this goes with everything in life. Whether you hear something on the news, or you guys gonna find out something tomorrow that's crazy. If it sparks an emotional response within you, you are automatically just gonna react. Because you ever heard the term knee-jerk reaction? There's something that happens, boom, you just automatically do it. If an emotion does hit you, bro, instead, just stop and think for a second about what's going on. Put whatever it is to the wayside and just literally think to yourself for a second, okay, as a man, how do I fix the situation? Or how do I come above the situation and respond to that? And I'm just speaking with in terms of just everything that happened with, like, what happened with President Trump and things like that. All the bullshit that I seen online, it was disgusting. You know what I mean? I'm seeing a lot of people posting the most disgusting things out there and saying certain things that weren't even true, putting out false claims. It was just like the most craziest thing I've ever seen. And it's like, because too many people were out there reacting instead of just responding. Wait, hear more information, do some research. God damn.
I like that full circle. Nice.
Jesus, my God, man. It's like, just look at this is true. This is okay, cool. Now I can come up with my own conclusion and respond to everything that everybody's saying. So
nice.
I like that.
Nice. Warren, did you say something?
Nah, not yet.
My bad. I didn't want to miss you. You know what I mean? I got you.
Mine's is similar to his, man. Like, keep working, man. Keep pushing. I would say probably like 3 years ago. I've been listening to you guys for a while, man. So I always tap in. I used to listen to like Kruger and stuff. And I think you guys will come on after him.
Yeah.
But what's so dope about you guys? You guys are local. You talk about the Kings. You talk about the Niners, so you can hear it. So. I used to work for AutoZone, and I would always drive delivering parts, and I would always listen to you guys. And this was like around the time we were starting this podcast. And I would always think, I'm like, man, like, can we get these guys on the show? You know what I mean? Right. Like, this was like, and this is no bullshit, man.
That was like early.
It was.
That was early on.
It was like a couple years ago, and like I said, I was always driving for AutoZone. I'm like, it'd be dope to get KC and DLO on the show one day. You know what I mean? Like, and it was just like stretch goals. You know, and I remember when Witten brought it up, and Witten was like, man, we can make this happen. You know, I'm talking to him. He's like, let's do it. I'm like, shit, let's do it. Like, I was talking to these guys, listen to these guys for a while now. So I appreciate you for coming on,
man. I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. Dope show, like, so just keep pushing, man. I mean, for me, it opens up the big picture. It's like, if you work to something can happen. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime, man, we get up here, man. I get D-Lo up here too. Yeah, man. And anytime y'all want to do something, man, just hit my line, man.
Yeah, man. All day, man. Vice versa, man. Yeah. Anyways, man, I thank you guys so very much for tuning in to another episode of About the Night, episode 115, man. We in the building with King
you
Casey.
Just skipped me. You like, fuck this.
You was the first one.
I didn't say
You
shit.
was the first one. It was you
anything.
first, and
I
then
didn't
him.
say anything. What was my advice?
You talked about shit. Hold on. Shit.
I didn't say nothing.
Fuck what you got to say. You're a Niner fan. Let's get the fuck out of here. Damn.
The hate is
Go ahead,
real
bro.
over there.
Go ahead, bro.
No. In all honesty, Tony kind of took it. I was gonna basically my thing was like checking your ego. Ego can get you in trouble. Your reaction, that type of thing. So I'm gonna end this on a little bit something little different. Wash your hands.
Oh, hey, facts.
And this is the reason why I say that.
Yeah.
It's not safe out here. Not even the fire hydrants. Because downtown, they using them as anal pleasure. Hey, y'all.
Oh,
people,
that's sick.
Oh.
That's sick.
don't touch nothing, especially in West Side.
damn,
bro.
Have a good night, y'all.
damn.
Well, no, it was
just
the
can't
old
believe
sack.
it's
It was
Be
the old
safe.
sack.
Yeah,
I know that hydrant.
yeah.
Oh my
You know that
God.
hydrant?
Yeah, I know the
That,
hydrant.
the specific one?
Yeah, I seen it.
Is that like a reg? That's the
It's over
regular
by.
spot.
It's, so it's in
Bro.
front of the carousel or what the where
Yeah.
the kids get on.
Yeah,
It's in front of that.
Bro,
It even worse,
they
bro.
use they using they using that as a pegger.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's wild.
It's wild out here.
It's wild.
All right, man.
Watch
All right.
it.
Yeah. Y'all have a good night.
Gee.
That's nuts.
No, when I seen that article,
oh, you know the hydrant.
dude, they posted it.